Hi, so I'm David Hankins,
I'm Paul
and we're
Hankins.
here talking with our artist, Rachel Wells. It's been
Hi.
hi, it's been a couple of years since we've actually done one of these video chats. So we the opportunity for you to tell people about yourself.
So I am an artist. I've been drawing ever since I could hold a pencil, really. I was born and raised in Southeast Pennsylvania. I came down to Savannah, Georgia to study sequential art and illustration, and I've been drawing ever since.
So how did you decide on going to SCAD? I guess.
Well, it was between a few schools. I was thinking about SCAD, University of the Arts in Philadelphia, closer to home, and Maryland Institute College of Art. And they all offered similar financial aid packages, but I eventually came down to visit Savannah, and it was just the most beautiful city. I fell instantly in love with it and I decided I just want to come here. And I still love it. It's such a beautiful city.
Is that why you haven't gone somewhere else? I mean, afterwards.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet, at least.
So what got you interested in drawing Power Squared?
I remember seeing the ad, I want to say it was on Facebook. Yeah, and at that point I had just graduated from SCAD and I was eager to like get my teeth into like an actual comics job. I was ready to prove myself. And this seemed like a job I was very well suited for. I believe it asked for like a mix between like Western and anime art styles, and I love meshing different styles like that. Um, it just seemed like something that I would have fun doing. I think I was right.
All right. So do you have a favorite issue that you've drawn?
Well, right now I'd say it's not anywhere near out yet. But my favorite issue to work on is issue 15, the one I'm working on right now, just because there's a lot of animals and a lot of nature, and those are two of my favorite things to draw. And I don't have to really work with perspectives. Like, for every issue, I make like a little perspective grid to make sure everything looks right, like in terms of like the coffee shop or like the apartment. But when I'm drawing just a nature scene, I don't really have to lay all that stuff out. I can just draw freely, which is like it's a nice feeling.
All right. And is there a favorite character that you've drawn?
I might be a little biased here, but my favorite character in Power Squared has to be Professor Theorem. Just because I mean, not only because I designed her, but because she's just a fun character to draw. She's like that big hair I love drawing, and she's a really cool character. I've been enjoying following her arc over the course of these past issues.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I like the fact that she sort of started out one way and kind of ends up a different way. It's kind of I like that little.
Yeah, I like the characters that start out evil or like the antagonists, but end up on your side, like the weird uncle, like Vegeta.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, do you have a favorite artist that you follow?
Um, right now, what comes to mind is Tracy J. Butler, um, who she wrote the webcomic Lackadaisy. It's basically a webcomic that's been going forever. I remember starting to read it when I must have been like 10 or 11. It's basically a story of St. Louis during Prohibition era, and all the people are cat people. So you get to see all these cute cat people like running around in these cute little cars and shooting Uzis at each other, and it's great. But it's definitely been a very significant influence on my own style as an artist. So that webcomic means a lot to me. And they just had a very successful Kickstarter to create an art book for Lackadaisy, as well as like an animated short, which is super duper exciting.
That's
I
cool.
recommend checking out that webcomic whenever y'all get a chance.
And is that at lackadaisy.com or?
Where was it? You can always Google like Lackadaisy. Where's this?
I'm just trying to make it easy for anybody that might be
Oh yeah,
watching.
I haven't read it in a while.
Okay.
Lackadaisycats.com. There
Okay.
it is.
So just so it's out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a least favorite character to draw?
Oh gosh. I'm not very picky when it comes to drawing stuff. Like I have to say, probably like if I just say one character, probably like one of the characters that like the side characters I design, and I'm like, oh, I'm not very confident about this design. It's not very fun to draw, but I only have to draw them like once or twice, so it's whatever.
So a question for an artist. As you said, you like drawing animals. Do you have a favorite animal?
My favorite animal right now is the deer, just because it's a very graceful, beautiful, like gentle animal, and I feel like it's a very relatable animal, like just an animal that runs away at loud noises.
Is there an animal that's particularly difficult for you to draw?
I'd say anything that isn't like a bipedal mammal, probably. I'm still not very good at drawing birds. I mean, I have to draw a raven for this new issue. Not
Yeah.
raven, or the raven
Look
or
at
a
this.
crow. It's a three-legged crow.
Yeah, the
Their anatomy's just a
Yanagarasu.
little, yeah, their anatomy's just a little bit weird, but I mean, I definitely practice. What else? Um, yeah, I'd say I'm most used to drawing like dogs or cats or ungulates like horses and deer. Anything else, I still need practice.
I've heard horses are really hard to draw because it's like all knuckles or something.
They are, yeah. They have like a weird anatomy. Also, like their legs are backwards compared to us. Like their front legs bend forward and their back legs bend backwards. So it's kind of not what we're used to. So I know a lot of people mess up the legs, but
Yeah.
I rode horses a lot as a kid, so like that's a good way to get to like know their anatomy, like because you're working with it a lot. But I also just like drawing them; they're so cool.
Pretty majestic animals.
Yeah,
They are.
I actually took a couple classes at CSUN, where it was basically, I forget the name of the class, but it was basically we learned how to ride. It was horseback riding. So we learned how to ride horses, but we also learned how to take care of the horses.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, well, the community college they went to had a ranch, and they would bring horses in. And I was like, this
Yeah, it
would
was
be,
at Pierce.
yeah,
Dang it.
what an opportunity to say you rode a horse in college, because we're not going to buy one. So,
That's rad. It's good exercise, horseback riding.
Yeah, Pierce was able to offer that because they had a really good agriculture program.
yeah. So maybe
Wow.
we should have the boys in some future ride horses. At the community college.
Ride in on their steeds.
Yeah.
I remember SCAD also has an equestrian program. I guess because I think the story I heard is that some guy randomly donated a bunch of horses to them, so they were just like, I guess we have horses now. They have a very like prestigious equestrian program, but it's kind of across the river from us, so I've never been.
I understand SCAD also do they have branches in other places besides Savannah?
Yeah, they have a campus in Atlanta, which I believe used to be the Atlanta College of Art. They have a study abroad campus in Lacoste, France. I've never been, but I've heard it's beautiful. They used to have a campus in Hong Kong, but that shut down just recently.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember when we were first introduced to SCAD, one of the we were replacing at her request, I guess, one of the we had to replace the first colorist that we
Right.
had because it was just terrible stuff, and the guy at the Comixology put us in touch with some professors at SCAD, saying, "Do you have anybody?" And they gave us 4 or 5 names, and one of them was somebody out of China, and it wasn't so much the person, but it was just we were trying to again bring it local as opposed to keep it international. So that was kind of like,
If only for ease of communication.
yeah, and so we were like, okay, so that was interesting. They have a Chinese campus, but we're not going to be looking for that.
Oh yeah, I know SCAD. Even our campus here in America has a lot of international students, especially from China and Korea. I guess
Yeah.
there's just a lot of marketing there.
Well, but if you're acclaimed, then people come to the school. But we
Yeah.
wanted to bring it in to not have it be an international production so much. because I think, as we mentioned once before, that we could never do this or call the artists and talk to them or whatever. It was all strictly through emails, and it was okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit more difficult when it's farther away, unfortunately.
And there's also sometimes it was sort of the idiom, the
language barrier.
Yeah, he couldn't quite understand what we were trying to ask him to do.
That's true.
And
yeah.
Yeah. So, and I know sometimes I remember I was asking you to draw something that happened to me as a kid, where my mother put her hand, across my chest as we're stopping the car.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, okay, you have no point of reference for that because they had seatbelts and airbags. But anyway, that was kind of. But at least and there was no pictures on the internet I could find either. That was really, I thought there'd be something out there.
Oh yeah.
But that was there's
I can see that. Yeah.
There's always those issues going on.
Right.
So, have you thought about doing your own, channel or showing your art as you're doing it, or?
I've definitely thought about Twitch. Yeah, definitely thought about Twitch streaming. It's the reason I bought this mic, actually, the Snowball. I like it very much, but I just haven't used it for streaming yet.
Yeah.
But I want to do it eventually, someday.
Yeah, we bought a Snowball, and we ended up using a different mic.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what the problem was with the Snowball.
Well, the Snowball still works. It's just...
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so we have a different... you can't see it, but we have a different mic that we're using. Yeah, so we were trying to just, again, have content out there on a regular basis, and, we're still here doing stuff,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm very interested in Twitch streaming just because, I'm going to be working anyway, so I may as well, work with a crowd.
Right. And
get my art out there, get your guys' creation out there.
Yeah, Julia, she colors some of the stuff on Twitch.
Yeah, that's right. I need to tune into one of those eventually, because art streams are just so chill and nice.
They're interesting to watch for a while, and I really can't stick with it for 3 hours, because she can go on. But it's interesting when she knows it's me, and she'll ask me a question. I have to go find Paul. She wants to look at this. And can you bring it back so we can see what you're talking about?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of it takes me back to, because I'm always working on my own art stuff whenever I tune into an art stream. It just kind of makes me think of those times in school where I would be working and someone else in the room is working along with me, or we're not really talking, or we'll talk occasionally, but we're just kind of in our own worlds, and it's just kind of a nice feeling.
Yeah, to have somebody kind of, you're not totally alone in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you met your husband at school?
Yeah, we were both in the sequential art program. Although we didn't actually meet in sequential art, we met through mutual friends. Yeah.
And so he's also trying to get into the comic book.
Yeah, lately, for the past year or so, he's been working more on his personal art, just illustration. But he definitely wants to get into comic editing eventually. We're probably gonna have to branch out beyond Savannah for that, because Savannah's art scene is only so big. But we've just been thinking about places to visit cons or just travel in general.
Yeah, we had high hopes for cons this year.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I think everyone did.
Yeah.
I recall, earlier this year, when Emerald City Comic Con was canceled, Savannah had its own little mini Emerald City Comic Con in one of the local comic shops, and that was very cute and fun.
Oh, so they still had something?
Yeah, they had because there was a lot of people in Savannah, including some of my old professors that wanted to go to the Emerald City Comic Con, but so they decided to just have a little informal convention at a comic book store nearby. So we got to see our old teachers and our old classmates. That was fun.
That's good. It's fun, not oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had scheduled a signing that we thought which is a fairly major store here, which we thought would be it's our big break, and that was the Saturday after they quarantined everybody. So so we just missed out on that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we're hoping
such a pain.
We're hoping to try to do something with a convention probably next year, I guess, at this point. And Artist America sort of showed interest in perhaps helping people with booths and stuff because they want to get their name out there. And their goal is to, be distributed into comic book stores. and be less of a print-on-demand services, which what they are now, and of course T-shirts and that kind of stuff. So,
yeah, that's all very exciting.
Yeah, we're hoping, and we had a Zoom call with them a couple of weeks ago or about a month ago, and they were talking about what their plans were. And it was only like it was a pretty intimate little group. It wasn't everybody on their site.
Yeah,
It was a lot of them. It was like 4 or 5 people from Artith Merrick and 2 or 3 of the 4 or 5 creators. It was a nice little chat and kind of, talk about what they want to try to do with it, and that was kind of cool.
Sounds nice.
Yeah. It was kind of fun to be part of sort of, something that's kind of what you're trying to do,
Yeah.
Because we're not really, despite doing the video and stuff, we're kind of introverted, and I guess it was nice and easy to talk about it.
Yeah.
Listen and stuff. We've been trying to, get our hot podcasts off the ground and things like that. So we'll plug that here too, I guess. So besides Power Squared, do you work on other people's projects? And it's okay, it won't hurt our feelings.
Yeah, right now I'm just finishing up work on a children's book project. I do want to get more into children's books eventually. I might write my own eventually, we'll see. But I have another comic project that's coming up. I haven't actually started it yet, but we're talking about it. It's like an educational sort of project. So we'll see how that turns out. What else? I'm also working on I'm working as a layout artist for an independent animation. So that's also a lot of fun. Yeah.
That's cool.
I don't post a lot on my social media about it, but I'm just, like I said before, I'm never quite sure how much I can post about something.
Well, we'll go on record here as saying you can post as much as you want about Power Square.
I'll have to do that, yeah. Because I'm definitely very happy with these new pages that I'm sending to you guys. I might have to put some previews on the Twitter.
Yeah, anything that gets the word out, we're really trying to. Because we're still not a money making or break even proposition yet. So we'd like to be in the, what do they call it, the black at some point here. We have some ideas. We're kicking the idea of trying to pitch it as an animated series and some other stuff. We're just trying to think.
Oh, that would be fun.
We think so. It's having to convince somebody who wants to put up money for it. But so we've kind of worked on a pilot script. We're kind of a pitch packet, but he's got some other projects he's working on for yourself. They have kind of a July 1st deadline, so we're going to kind of wait. So if those are done, then we'll get back into it. But and I think I've been working from home because of the quarantine, and I'm just going to stay working at home and not go back to the office. Yeah, I just figured I didn't want to go through if I could let me do it, sure, I'll stay home. So it makes it easier to look at things when they come through and things like that.
Yeah. I quit all day jobs back in October because I decided I just wanted to focus more on art, which is a scary step. But I decided I way prefer just having the time to myself at home. Like, I prefer having the freedom to pick my schedule. Like, I can go to the grocery store anytime I want. I don't have to coordinate it with anyone else's schedule. It's just been so nice.
Yeah, it would be nice if you didn't have to. I actually find myself doing more work from home because you're just there and, take a shorter lunch.
Oh, yeah.
And, work later.
Yeah, when you work from home, you have to really, set those boundaries.
I'm trying, but I find myself, I'll just finish this up, and it's 5:30 instead of 5. And,
Oh yeah, I think a lot of people are struggling with that with COVID.
Yeah,
working from home.
It's actually, it's in some ways, it's I don't miss the 2 to 2.5 hour commute every day.
Ugh.
Yeah, so it gives me at least some time back in my life. So. I'll ask this question. Have you and your husband worked on I know you guys were doing a Kickstarter at one point, and that didn't come to fruition, but do you guys have other plans to work together?
Not currently. We definitely want to get back into self-publishing eventually, because I've always loved the idea of him and I creating stuff together, because we're two creatives.
Yeah.
We don't have any concrete plans right now, but we definitely want to get back into it someday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to ask her?
Well, I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Well, this is a chance for you to self-promote yourself. Tell people how they can get a hold of you if they want to hire you for commissions. And
Well, I'm on Twitter at Draws from Rachel. I'm on Behance at Rachel A. Wells. You can go check out my portfolio there. And that's where I'm at.
okay. So if people are interested, they know how to get a hold of you. And we'll add that to the information at the bottom of the video. Okay. Well, hopefully it won't be another 2 years before we get back in touch.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate you taking the time, and I hope you have a good weekend.
Of course. Thanks for having me on, guys.
All right. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, have a good weekend.
You too.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.